Okay. I was thinking my hair was horrible. So
Connections to life. Connections to life. Connections to life.
Plug into the videos, materials that God inspired to obtain limiting spiritual gifts so you won't get tired. To succeed in life, which is to be hidden in Christ. A solution is to get plugged in.
Connections to life. Connections to life. Connections to life. Connections to life. Connections to life.
Videos, materials that God inspired.
Connections to
obtain
life.
limiting spiritual gifts so you won't get tired.
Connections
to
to
succeed
life.
in life, which is to be hidden in Christ.
Connections to life.
To get plugged in.
Connections to life. Connections to life. Connections to life. Connections to life. Connections to life.
hello, everyone. Welcome to Connections to Life. I am Julie Ward, the CEO of Connections to Life. Connections to Life is a nonprofit. We educate people in financial literacy. We empower them to live healthy lives, and we equip them with the necessary life skills. We believe in community, and we love community. We advocate for those that are in the midst of domestic violence, as well as those that are encountering sexual abuse, and we teach awareness on those things as well. Well, I'm happy to say hello to you today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Would you be so kind as to share this? We want others to see. Today we are going to interview a young lady who is just awesome. And the name of her nonprofit is Awesome City 313. And they engage and teach awareness about autistic children as well as special needs. And you know, there you have to have a special heart to love on and take care of the babies. So her name is Alexis Brooks. She's a board certified behavior analyst, and she works exclusively with youth with autism. And after teaching for 10 years in the city of Detroit, Alexis started the nonprofit. The name is Awesome City 313, and she began it in November 2018. And the reason she did was she saw that there was a lack of services and resources for those with special needs in the city of Detroit. Now that takes a heart. Our clients deserve to have opportunities for recreation and socialization in their own community. Awesome City 313 has sponsored camps with fun activities including arts and crafts, dance, swimming, and more. Their most notable event was the first sensory-friendly prom night in which they provided a truly beautiful fun night for free. For free, y'all. Oh my God. And we use community spaces that are easily accessible to residents of Detroit. We are looking forward to operating again at once when the COVID restrictions are lifted. So this is Alexis Brooks, and I'm going to ask the producer to play the video, and then we're going to talk to Alexis. So, welcome Alexis Brooks, the founder and CEO of Awesome City 313. Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. I couldn't hear you before. Thank you so much for coming on and agreeing to tell us more about Awesome City 313. I see your beautiful pink t-shirt which says Awesome City 313. Yeah, yeah. Well, I am so happy to have you here with us, Alexis. And can you tell them or tell us what made you want to start Awesome City 313?
So, when I started working in the field of behavior therapy with our clients, we could go in the community and find services, fun activities for the clients to do. But what we were finding was that everything was 45 minutes away and like on the outskirts of the city and inside of the suburbs. So we wanted to find and make things that were easily accessible for us in our own communities. Which the same thing, my real motivation is just my children get to participate in activities right in their city, right at their schools. And because of like the liability, a lot of places didn't want to take the risk for their own special needs programs. So we just, so myself and, and my founding partners, we're certified and trained to work with special needs children, so we can assist and be there to help with the kids to participate in normal activities that everybody else can participate in too. So taking them to those type of activities and helping them, we wanted to make a sensory friendly opportunity for like just exclusive events just for the special needs community, because it's a overwhelming amount of kids who have special needs. So we should have these services here. Like, we don't have a special needs program, or they're far and few in between.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of things are parent led.
Yeah.
So what, because the parents are trying to create these, activities for their kids, as they should.
Mm-hmm.
But as a professional, we wanted to help, so we can be there to help at least support the parents, if nothing else,
Yeah.
and even give the parents a break.
Mm-hmm.
So the arts and crafts, teaching them gym games, having a family swim time for children with special needs and their families, where people aren't looking at them as something's wrong or asking what's wrong with them. We wanted to just create a safe space and opportunities for the parents and the families to feel safe and have fun.
That's really good, for them to feel safe. I like that word. Um, and you mentioned sensory friendly activities. Uh,
Yeah.
why is that necessary?
So a lot of one of the main things that people will see, kids with autism, they'll cover their ears when
Mm-hmm.
it's certain loud sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they'll do it, sometimes they won't. So some loud sounds bother them, some don't. So
Oh.
like for instance, our prom, we had the lights up, but in the and we did it in the Kimini Rec Center right in Southwest Detroit. And that's what we try to use, like the community centers that everybody can get to, free access, low cost to us.
Oh.
I've absorbed a lots and lots of costs, but
Mm-hmm.
some
Mm-hmm.
of the a lot of the rec centers and places, they'll work with you if you're not charging a fee.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll try to find grants also to help
Okay.
cover the cost of some
Mm-hmm.
things.
Mm-hmm.
But the sensory friendly part is key, because if they're overloaded or overwhelmed, then they can start to have behaviors. So like when we did our
Ah.
prom,
Mm-hmm.
we had the part that where you saw in the main pictures, but in the other room there was we had like rice bowls, balloons, bubbles, like just things that they would just enjoy, and they of all ages, like these things. So if they got overwhelmed in that room, if the music was too loud, the music was a little bit lower in that room, but they could
Okay.
still have fun, and enjoy themselves at the
Mm-hmm.
event.
Yes, that's really, oh, it's amazing. I really applaud you. And uh, behavior behavior certified behavior analyst. So you have your master's in education, so you went above and beyond to be certified to take care of that. So it really tells us that you have a real love for them. And so we really applaud you for that. So now, if you're doing different things outside and so forth, where do you get your volunteers from? Because I know you can't do it all yourself.
Right, that definitely can't do it alone. But so like how I have my certification is kind of like a student teacher
Oh,
relationship.
okay.
I so you have people that are going for the same certification that I have, and they have to earn experience hours.
Right, right.
So not
Okay. Oh, that's
only is
good. Uh huh.
opportunity for the kids,
Uh huh.
and the families to have these activities, the people who are going to school to become certified behavior analysts, they can actually gain experience hours under me, working with the kids. And I really would like to give people a chance to see, like, is this really what you want to do?
Ah, that's good.
Because you can be overwhelmed,
Mm-hmm.
working with kids with special needs, and it just may not really be for you all the
Mm-hmm.
way.
Yeah.
And I want to give people different types of experiences and see how they can work with the kids. Like we do, I say like motor imitation is one thing that we do. So it could be, where we're just saying wave high or do this, but we also can have Zumba classes
Oh,
where they're following along with those motions and exercising. So where we can build in, other fun activities to kind of interact with the whole child,
yeah.
where it's not, boring at the table, in a cubicle. So I'm trying to show people that, we can have these experiences, generalize the behaviors to other environments like a community center. Because my main goal is to have when the child, like when their family comes over and visits, that they can engage with them.
Mm-hmm.
Is that even if it's not a school goal, it's like just if
Right.
your cousins come over, you can go outside and play
Mm-hmm.
tag with them because we've taught you how to play tag in our setting. Now you can play tag and basketball and soccer. It just those general normal activities that we kind of take for granted,
Mm-hmm.
with our
Mm-hmm.
children,
Mm-hmm.
that they haven't learned how to play soccer because we've let them be content in playing in a tablet.
Oh,
you
yes.
know we, so but we gotta, get them out of their shell and give them some exposure to new experiences.
That's great. And so you all are trained on how to do that, uh, being the least invasive uh, to do it. Because I think that that's probably key is not invading their space and recognizing when they're uncomfortable with whatever is going on. And
Right,
that's
just giving them
amazing.
that break, for
Hmm.
sure.
So what kind of programs would you like to do or do you want to do?
My a major goal is to have a sensory friendly or an inclusive sports sports and recreation league, very similar to PAL. And
Oh,
I actually have spoken with them and will hopefully either be able to, because they do allow you to make your own teams and join PAL. But I want it
oh,
to, really be, a actual league, where it is
nice.
a Detroit league and it's for kids with special needs, but you don't have to stay with our league if you can hang with the in the regular PAL league. So I
Hmm.
wanted to be a partnership,
Yes.
where it's like,
Hmm.
okay, where the kids are still getting an opportunity to learn and play sports, but if they're able to play with the PAL league, then they can play with the PAL league,
Right.
but we still can have our soccer, our t-ball, our and our flag football, and those things, and then merge with the with the Special Olympics. So
Hmm.
that's like the major goal, and then just from we're working for, so that's with the youth, and then with the adults, we do want to work with like the workforce and the placements that helping to get adults
Okay.
and those that are ready for, like, for career readiness
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
teaching them skills, so they can go out in the workforce and do, because the one thing that I've learned in this field with the way that people with autism think, they've been sought out by Google and Microsoft to
Oh.
work in their field. So it's like things that I never even thought of. Like I was aiming low. I'm like, okay, they can, do this and do that. But I was like, oh, they are literally
Yeah.
sought out by these big corporations because of how they, they think. They want that structure, that alternate, way of thinking, and
Right.
they're so creative, and
Hmm.
and you
Hmm.
just know you don't want to limit them. So that's why it's really all about exposing them to see what they like and how and what they can succeed in.
Right. That's like allowing them to pursue purpose and to do all the other things that normal, quote unquote, people
Exactly.
can do because, and they can do some things better, because
Definitely.
of their organized thoughts and able to separate and do things in order. So that's
Right.
really that's good. Well, what are your plans for Awesome City 313 in the future? What's some future plans?
Um, so
I know
so
you
the
talked
future,
about PAL.
Right. So hopefully in the immediate future, we're trying to organize a walk because right now, with like I said, with the COVID restrictions, we're trying to do some outside activities. Of course, social distance. Able. But as soon as we can, I really have the vision to do a talent show,
Oh, yeah.
because I didn't want to do a pageant style where it was a competition. So it was
Right,
like
right.
just like talent show where maybe we could have 10 slots, for kids, because the one of the winners of America's Got Talent was a blind man with autism.
Right. I remember
It's
that.
like,
Yeah. Right.
the possibilities are endless, and
Mm-hmm.
just to showcase, what they're able to do, and partnering with local designers to have like a fashion show where they can make, like, I mean, not using my logo per
Yeah.
se, but
Mm-hmm.
making some type of autism awareness shirt or
Yeah.
design in there, so we can have a partnership where they're raising autism awareness. People are getting aware of the local designers, that are available, and then definitely showcasing the talents. So that's what I want to do. That's what we were
Mm-hmm.
right on the verge of doing right before COVID hit. So
Oh,
yeah, so
yeah.
that's kind of been on hold, but that's like the next big thing, the next big event, in addition to the prom, that we really want to make a yearly event.
Yes,
Because
yes.
some of our kids, like, what we got a lot of pushback from the schools. They were saying no, they come to our prom, but those that may not be comfortable with the loud music,
Mm-hmm.
so we
Yeah.
want to, we just want them to have a alternate opportunity where they can
Right.
be comfortable, they can still dress up, take pictures. We had the
Right.
photo booth. It was a great event.
Yeah.
So we just want to do, just more of the same and just add on to it. The
Yeah.
bowling party, the skating
Mm-hmm.
party, just keep those things more on a regular, consistent basis.
Right. I did see the clip that I think it was Channel 2 had showed about the prom
Yeah.
when you guys had it. So we look forward to that and just let Connections to Life know because we want to help you out in any way that we possibly can. And also, I saw April 18th, there's a fundraiser because I
Yes,
put it in the video and
yes.
I
See,
wanted you to mention that.
yeah, that's actually that's by Worthy Chambers. She does she has her nonprofit for Down syndrome. So we work together a lot. So we definitely, promote each other's events. So she does events for autism, Down syndrome. So that's coming up very soon. So I definitely, that's the support for Down syndrome, autism. That's her fundraiser, April Chambers, and that's her Worthy Chambers is sponsoring that event. So we definitely want to support that event.
All right. So what's the phone number?
My phone number for
Uh
our
huh.
awesome
Yeah.
is 313
Mm-hmm.
288 6007.
Okay. That's 313-288-6007. So if any of you guys want to uh, send some funds or to support Awesome City 313, I want to encourage you to give them a call 313-288-6007. And so I want to thank you again, Alexis, for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you in my family as well as knowing you as a professional. So I want to thank you
Thank
again
you.
for that. And so if I could get our producer to show the video again, I would appreciate it. And thank you. Love you.
Hi, welcome everyone. Welcome back to Connection to Life. Thank you all for staying tuned. I am your host, Lawana.
And I'm Gloria.
And we want to thank you all for tuning in. So that was an excellent interview.
Yes, I
mean,
must
I love
admit that
that.
was so powerful and so inspiring.
Absolutely.
Like, give it up for her.
Yes.
What was her name again? I don't know. But we just met her too. But she was really awesome. And that interview was really, really good. And it had a lot of information about autism and all those things. And I admit that those people are very intelligent.
Yes, absolutely.
They are very intelligent. There is something, Alexis.
Yes.
Okay, Alexis. Yeah, she did real good. And I'm so happy that God called some people to that, because you got to have a sense of patience and you got to understand that you got to recognize the gift. You know what I mean? And some people, they kind of put people aside and don't realize that they're just as much as important as you.
Yes.
And they might just know more than you.
Yes.
So I really love that. And she's a new friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that go do community work and have that kind of passion, look, I'm on board.
Yes. So thank you all. Yes. So what's been going on? This week have been very hectic. I mean, so hectic. I mean, overwhelming, if I could say.
Yeah, you can say.
Or is that an understatement?
No, you can say.
Okay. Yeah, so tell us about your week.
Man, it is so crazy. It was crazy, dealing with, people, emotions and, and things like that. And, I'm just trying to get people like, not hear your voice, hear God's voice. You know what I mean? Like, you need to follow God's voice. And I promise you, He'll follow you right out of that depression, right out of everything that you're going through. And I think that's the thing is so many people are just so overwhelmed.
Yes.
So overwhelmed. And they got to understand that the only way you're going to give it is when you give it over to God.
Yes.
You got to be able to give it over to God. You got to be able to put it aside and understand that God want to heal you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just been my week, dealing with people and their emotions and their tears and they wanting to back up. And it's like, I'm telling you, like when you on my team, ain't no such thing as backing up. We going to run to it whether you feel like it or not.
I'm a witness to that.
Yeah.
Yes, I can vouch for that. Absolutely. But
what about your week? What you been up to? Which we kind of had the same week. But
yeah, we did. We kind of had the same week. But actually, I think that we're so close to, I think people is so close to purpose that the enemy is working overtime.
Absolutely.
I think he's just working overtime, trying to overwhelm you, trying to drain you, trying to distract you, trying to hold you. And, I just think that we just got to keep pushing forward. Don't stop. This is a time where you don't need to stop, don't need to back up. You still need to pursue. And I would even say pursue it even harder.
Yes, you gotta
back
go
him up,
hard.
Back him up.
You gotta go hard.
Yes.
Like they said, go hard or go home. You're gonna have to go hard to go home, and that's what it is. If you want to see the move of God, then you gotta start walking like it, acting like it, and line up.
Yes.
Because it's time out for us to keep repeating cycles and things that's not getting us anywhere. Like we need to see the body of Christ moving.
Yes, come on.
Okay, somebody about to get inspired.
Yes, get inspired.
Get inspired. Keep it moving. Like I told you before, get like the little engine that I can. Get an I can in your spirit.
Yes, come on.
Instead of all that I can't. You know what I mean? And we don't realize that we speak more negative than positive. You know what I'm saying? And you are what your words say that you are.
Come on now. What was we talking about this morning? About the words? What you think is it affect what you see and what you speak. So you have to, get your mind together, get your thoughts together.
Like I want to say this, but I ain't prejudiced or nothing. But see, black people, they ain't comfortable with talking to themselves, but white people is, and that's why. That's why they stay motivated. Like they be telling, I ain't depressed. You know what I'm saying? You about to tell yourself, I ain't depressed. You about to tell yourself you're going somewhere. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So we think that that's weird, but but we need that kind of stuff. We got to look ourselves in the mirror and say, hey, you're going somewhere.
Absolutely.
You're going to beat somebody. You know what I mean? So get real comfortable with talking to yourself in this season.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
But we have a topic for y'all. We're not gonna be for y'all long. And honestly, I just got to be real. We've been really, really busy, and we didn't do a lot of studying either. But listen, let me tell you something. A lot of stuff that we talk about is so in our heart, you know what I mean, and God speaks to us or whatever. So sometimes you won't have to study. You can just go off. You know what I'm saying? What God is saying, what's in the air right now, what is in the atmosphere right now. And right now we need to change your mindset from a negative mindset to a positive mindset. And we're gonna be opening doors that you need even you be in situations that you don't even know you in. But now God is getting ready to unlock those things that's been blocking you. Okay? And those people that's been trying to steal from you and take from you. And that is our job. This is our journey in this season. Look, we're getting ready to unlock every secret thing so you could be free, baby.
Come on.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
You're getting ready to be free.
Yes.
In the name of Jesus.
Yes. Amen.
So everything is coming out of the closet. You're going to be coming to, the fact that, am I doing this? It's time to wake up.
And make a change. Yes, make better choices.
You're making better choices.
One thing that God has been saying to us about closing doors.
Yes.
I love that because that can be a voice in your head as well. When you have open doors, that's something that will stay. That's a voice in the back of your head. You need to just shut it.
That's right.
Get down to the unfinished business. Either yes or no, either do it or don't, but shut the door.
Yeah, and you overwhelmed because God was showing us that you got too many doors open.
Yes.
So therefore, you want your mind to be decluttered, then start doing what God tell you to do. If you want, or whatever, you worry and you stressing about a clean house, then get up and clean it. And that's just the simplest thing. It's like you're worried about something. You're worried about a bill, but yet and still you ain't got up and pay a bill. So therefore, you're going to have to learn how to shut some doors so you could be able to have rest. So you can be at peace. And even when it's time to break up for that boyfriend that you don't need, it's time to let go some of them friends that you don't need in your life. It's time to get out of these churches not letting you be used or whatever. So come on now, you're talking about decluttering and overwhelming all of that. You're overwhelming yourself because you're afraid to let go some stuff and close some doors.
Wow. You getting started.
Okay, I'm not trying. That didn't even got nothing to do with this. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me.
And here you go again. Last time, there you go. Okay, God said, let your yes be yes and your no be no. Okay, let's get to the bottom of this and close some doors, okay?
Yes.
Y'all get it?
Close some doors.
Please
or whatever, close some doors. And get some, and you know what? And I'm just going to say another thing that God was showing. He was telling us about the poor mindset.
Oh, come on now.
You got a poor mindset, and that's the reason why. I'm sorry, y'all. This is coming out of my ear or whatever, but I said it. I just be doing everything. Now I'm an outlaw. But listen, what I'm telling you, like even the fact that when God was talking about the closed door, and he was talking about what else he was sharing with us this week. We talk about our week, and we're gonna get into that.
Actually,
about that poor mindset of yours.
Poor mindset. I actually left that in the car. I don't have those notes with me.
We'll be able to go through that and go through that. But whatever, let me tell you something. Let me share a little testimony before we get into that about what God was showing about this poor mindset that we have. And he was showing me about my poor mindset. And he was showing me that in my life, when I grew up, it was like I was poor. I was poor when I was coming up. And I'm not rich, but hey, I feel like I'm blessed, like I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? So God has supplied all my needs. So therefore, because he supplied all my needs, I'm rich. So I'm going to say, I was poor, but now I'm rich because I'm rich in him, and he's taking care of me. He's a provider for me, but just getting back to the fact that God was like, recently, I had wound up, and it was so funny. Apostle, he told me, like I think it was a year ago when we was on this network. He said, "Listen, and I ain't never shared this to he back there. He here. I never shared this with him. He prophesied to me. He said, listen. He said, God is, he was going to give me a house. And he said, another place to stay. He said, and the first one don't take. And it was just so funny because I'm thinking in my head, like, and this goes back to the poor mindset.
Yeah.
So therefore, even though he prophesied to me, he said that it would be the second house. Am I right? Am I lying?
Yes, he did. He said,
you know, and so he told me, he said, don't take the first one because it's not yours. You know, he was like, it's not yours. And he said, basically, the second one was going to have everything that I want in it. And then I was just like, but I was so desperate because of the fact I did not want to live the way I, you know, where I was at. Even though he told me that prophecy or whatever, I was like, when the first, and right after that, a month later, I got called for a apartment. Did I not?
Yes.
Right after the prophecy. And so because I was in a poor mindset, because in a poor mindset, we want to do stuff, hurry up and do something or whatever. And we don't want to really wait on God. So I'm like, wait a minute, this is an opportunity. Even though the prophet, the man of God, told me, don't take it. I was at his house in the basement when he prophesied to me. But because I'm like, nope, I want to hurry up and do this because I felt like I was going to miss out on something. But I was going to miss out on something. I was going to miss out on exactly what God had for me. Because he said, don't take that one. And basically, he even told me, don't take the other people, you know, with me that was living in my house, in so many words, because God wanted to have me by myself.
Yes.
Wanted me by myself so I could meditate on it. He was going to be able to give me stuff. But let me tell you how this played out. So, of course, when the first apartment came, I'm like, I'm ready to go. Didn't listen to the man of God. You know, so I'm thinking like, I'm ready to go. I'm like, I know he said don't take this first one, but this is my only chance out. Only chance out of where I'm going through. And so I went to sign the papers and everything. When I got to the point, they said no. I said, what? No. And I cried like a baby. Then I was like, wait a minute. And then I'm listening, like I'm still hearing his prophecy, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't this and this and this and that, but I didn't believe God. So, you know, I could not think like God wanted something better, you know, for me or whatever. So I'm thinking like, I just did this because I wanted to get out of this hellhole. I wanted to get out of poor mindset, and I didn't wait on God. So I was getting ready to miss what God had for me next.
Wow.
I was going to miss what God had for me next. And I'm telling you, they shut the door on that. And it wasn't because of me. It was because I put my son on my lease and they said, nope, he cannot. And that cancel out everything. But God was still working.
Yes.
He was still working.
Yes.
2 months later, I got approved for a townhouse. And when I tell you the prophecy that he said, you know what I'm saying? Even though I didn't wait, God intervened or whatever. And he was like, nope, you're not about to do this. He intervened. And so I wind up getting this townhouse. And God has been blessing me what the man of God said and what he promised me. And I got everything in that house that I wanted.
Wait a minute. You got an overflow in that house. I mean, it's ridiculous. It is.
I got everything. God really spoiled me here. Even though I did take the people. Yeah, I did a apostle. Prophets. And then, but now I'm by myself. And what I mean about like, you know, I'm being by myself, and I didn't realize that even in my emptiness, I was just concentrated on I was alone and negativity. And God said, look around you. Have I not made your closet full?
Wow.
Have I not made you full? And he said that even though you out of everything that you was worrying about, you still worried about that, and you ain't realized the blessings that I have for you, that you're sitting on full.
Wow. Now that's the prophecy God gave us this week. God said, you looking at things as if it's empty. But God said, you're full.
Yes.
He said you're full. And it also goes back to when it says that the way you think is how it affects how you see things, and it affects how you speak, see and hear things. Yes. It affects you how you see and hear. So because you had poor mindset, that's how you was thinking. It affects you from seeing the blessings of God and realizing that you was on full. Absolutely.
It sabotages you. It sabotages you. So you begin to do things all on your own. And when you start doing things all on your own, then you find yourself in traps. You find yourself miserable because you're in a place that you don't belong.
Come on now.
And that's why it's so important to listen to God. That's why it's so important not to get out of this mindset.
Yes.
And some of y'all think that because I do everything on my own, but you got to understand you're doing so much on your own that God can't work through you.
Come on now.
Humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why you're overwhelmed and you can't handle everything because you're handling too much that don't belong to you.
Wow.
God want to sit you down and he want to give you the proper things to do in this time.
Yeah.
You know, far as with your business, far as with, you know, where you should be or whatever, but you so on top of stuff that you can't even hear them.
Wow.
Because you're still that poor little girl, and you're trying to make everything fit in, and that's why you're getting woke out. Because guess what? You're taking the first apartment.
Wow, that's good. I love that because you know that's all God been talking about. Basically, self-care. You know, he was talking about gratitude as well. Yes, gratitude. He was talking about, you know, this is the time to show gratitude. He said, you think you're empty, but you're really full. He said, be thankful and show gratitude because the way you've been seeing is not what it is.
No.
You've been blinded by your poor mindset. You've been blinded by situation. You've been blinded by all these things, thinking you're behind. But God said, no, you're full. You okay. Calm down, sit down, and take care of yourself.
That's right. Because I was looking at my refrigerator and somebody came in and because I guess when I was a child, and this what God was showing me where some of my brokenness was, and I was a child and I didn't have a lot to eat. And so now I'm looking at my refrigerator like I keep going grocery shopping, but it's only me. And then I'm looking at the refrigerator like there's nowhere in the world I can eat this. But I keep on buying, and what I keep on buying because I'm still in that mindset of that poor little girl. So now I'm overdoing everything, overbuying everything, you know, overdoing everything, and now this stuff is being too much. And God said, guess what? What I promise you, I would not take away.
Come on.
I won't take away. And it's like, why am I doing this? Why am I just continue to do it? And when God said, I establish your income. You know what I mean? He said, I'm doing this for you. But then yet, yes, he is my source. But yet and still, you keep doing a whole bunch of stuff thinking it's going to be taken away. But I promise you this. And what my promises I would not take back. You know what I'm saying? And the fact, and I'm thinking like, but why can't we walk in that? Why are we keep doing too much? Buying too much? You know, that's just like, you know, I remember a time that I was going through something when I was just like, I felt so unloved. And so when I wind up getting with somebody that truly loved me, I start acting like I had to overdo things all the time because I just wanted to continue to be in their face because I felt like if I wasn't in their face and I wasn't in their life, then I was going to lose something. So I did not trust a relationship that they would actually love me whether I was there or not. It was okay if I had to go away for a week, you know, or if they had to go away for a week. The love was still the same, but I didn't trust somebody because I felt like the more they moved away, the more they wouldn't love me. God don't do that to us.
Wow. That's good.
So look at this poor mindset. You're doing all this stuff that you don't have to do. It's yours.
And one thing about what you said, and I'm going to put this into how people take things into their life. Like you said, you kept purchasing things, more food. You're like, how I'm going to eat this? And then now you throw a lot of food away because it gets bad. And so I'm looking at the fact that how people keep adding on to their life until they wore out. And it's like it starts off good, but then it started getting bad.
Yeah.
It started going
Food going bad.
Yes, everything is going bad. You know, your health going bad. You know, everything is out of whack. It's like everything is going bad. Why? Because
worrying.
You're doing too much. Absolutely.
You know, all that going to it. Worrying, fear, depression.
Yeah.
You got anxiety. And these are spaces that you do not have to because God is your healer.
Yes.
It's like calm down. I remember I was watching a movie and it was called basically kind of like Time. And in the movie and the time that they had these times on their wrists or whatever, and they had to do everything fast. They had to do everything fast because if they don't do it fast and get more time, they would die. And so one day, you know, this guy one of the guys who was in the movie was helping this one guy that had a lot of time. He had over a million lifetimes on his arm. And so the guy wanted to die. And so he gave the time to the other man. And when he gave the time to the man, when he went to the rich land, he was doing everything fast. And people like, you're not from around here, are you? And basically, I'm going to say, he was like, basically, how did you know? And they said, because you eating fast, you're doing everything fast. You know what I'm saying? And you're not living your life like you have time. And that's what I was doing with my food. And that's what I was doing with everything that I was doing. It's like, I'm acting like, even though we're supposed to live our life, you know, like, you know, by the day and be happy, but I was living my life like, you know what I'm saying, like, and doing everything like I wasn't going to have it tomorrow. And it's like, and then, you know, or whatever, like, only God know when he's coming. You have time. And you don't have to keep on doing stuff and piling stuff over and running fast and doing all these things or whatever. Slow it down and enjoy your meal. Enjoy your time on this earth. You know what I mean? Or whatever, because it's like, and it's really important because I feel like my mind was going so many different directions or whatever, that what I thought that I was managing my time, I wasn't doing the proper thing with my time. So I'm thinking like I'm going to be with my family, but I was doing shortcutting everything.
Wow.
Doing it at fast pace, and I was still losing out.
Wow. That's real good. I like what you said, because you think you cutting time, but sometimes cutting time is actually adding time. Because even when we thought we was cutting time to get here on time, we was like, we're going to take a straight shot. But the straight shot was the long way around. We thought we was cutting time. But it took us longer to get here. The short way, we thought it was the short way. But absolutely, I think that that's really important, that we learn how to manage our time, follow the voice of God, and also self-care. Yes. You know, self-care.
Oh, that's so important. You
find time for yourself. We're going to talk about that probably not today, but we're going to definitely get that, because it's so important that you do self-care. You care about everything around you, trying to hold everything up around you, running here and there, everybody pulling you every which way, and you know, you get drained and wore out, and you know, missing sleep and all this things, and God just wants you to take care of yourself and let him take care of the people.
That's right. Whoa, that's a big one.
Oh, amen.
Y'all hear that?
You go to sleep, God is still awake, okay?
Yes.
It's going to be okay, you know. So that's one thing we do have to focus on.
And that's kind of good. I mean, good what you're saying when you talk about, like, you know, a lot of times we have these sleepless nights, you know, and I was just telling a young man that it's like, do you realize that life is still going to go on, whether you sleeping or whether you awake?
Yes.
And you cannot stop anything because you feel like you're staying awake.
Yes.
You might as well just go to sleep. And, you know, that kind of speak to me. Honestly, I ain't even going to lie. I'm like, woo, Jesus. You know, oh, Lord, you know what I'm saying? But that is really important. That the bottom line is we think that we can stop something, but it's all in God's hand.
Absolutely.
And that's another thing. That's why you're trying to control everything and you're losing control. You're losing control. Yes. Like they say, Jesus take the wheel. Let Jesus take the wheel. And you take a seat back and learn how to rest. You take a seat back and learn how to hear God. And guess what? And stop thinking that you're going to run out of something. God got plenty. Did he not feed 5,000? You know? So come on now. You know what I'm saying? That stop thinking that you're going to lose something. It belongs to you. That job belongs to you. You know, like your purpose, it belongs to you. And can nobody else walk that purpose but you? Yes. And guess what? And you are the best person for that job. You know what I'm saying? And so guess what? And know that you're not replaceable.
Yes, that's good.
And see, that's really hit hard right there with a lot of people, because the bottom line is you keep doing stuff thinking that you're replaceable, but you're not. You're called to that. You're called to that you're called to be his wife or her husband. You're called to that. You're not going to lose out. And that's where people have anxiety and start, jealousy and everything and whatever. Learn, I don't know who this for, but learn how to be content. and know that he loves you. You know what I mean? Just like God loves you or whatever, slow it down. He's not going to do what everybody else did to you.
Wow.
And not only just that, even in friendships, you know, I hear someone saying that everybody always burnt me. Mm-hmm. I hear you. Everybody always burnt you. But God said, I'm sending you somebody. Mm-hmm. I'm sending you somebody. And I need you to be healed because this relationship will turn toxic.
Wow.
If you keep thinking that person going to do you wrong.
That's good.
This season, God is getting ready to wipe out everything that don't belong to you. And He's going to put the right people in it. But I need you to be ready. I need you to not have a poor mindset. I need you to learn how to self-care and know that you deserve love and know that you deserve good people because you are a good person. You hear me? I don't know who that for, but I just had to say that.
Yes, that's good.
Well, we done got way off the topic, y'all.
Yes,
way off the topic. But maybe somebody needs to hear that. But see, I like that because I believe that, you know what I'm saying, that if God want to say something, let God say it.
Yes.
So maybe this is not like, you know, the usual what we come with, but it was so needed.
Yes.
To say that, telling you to close the door, get over your poor mindset, you know, telling you to self-care. You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff that people need right now. You know, you need to learn that. And the sooner the better.
Yes.
Because God said new life, new beginning for you. And that's what God wants us to have. He wants us to have a new life and a new beginning. And stop sabotaging relationships and your purpose because you are afraid to deal with something.
That's good.
And because and also afraid to let God take full control. Let Him take control. If you let Him take control, then guess what? You'll find yourself at peace. You'll be able to rest. All your worries and your anxieties will go away. It's so crazy how many people is struggling with that, struggling with anxiety and depression, and they feel overwhelmed.
I think in this season, God just wants us to be, He just wants us to be in a good space to do our purpose and to do His will. You know, He want to remove, you know, like you said, closing doors, remove all the distractions, you know, take care of unfinished business, quiet the noise.
Yes,
I believe this is a season of meditation. We should really learn how to meditate and get closer to God to see what is He saying. You know, I was telling, I know this probably sound bad, but I have this system called the yes, yes, no, you know. It's a yes, yes, no. I'll help you. Yes, I'll help you. Yes. And then you come again and you may get a no, not because I can't or because I don't want to, but because I don't want you to be dependent on me.
Yes.
You know, and if you need me, I'll help you. I say no when I really want to say yes. I have to.
Yeah.
You know, I have to. And it's not only for them, it's for me as well.
That's right.
To keep me in a healthy space,
that.
you know, keep my heart pure,
Both.
You know, because I don't want to feel like I'm being used. And then also I want to feel good about doing whatever I'm doing, you know.
Not feel obligated.
And not feel obligated. Absolutely.
That's when it turns.
Absolutely. So, you know, I think God just really wanted to get us in a healthy space so we can do the will. And another thing, I believe God wants us to do it no matter what. It's like He said, get the job done.
No matter what.
Get the job done. And the worst, I'm not going to say the worst, but the one thing that God gave us that's so complicated, that people make complicated, is choice. It's like you make the choice.
Yes.
Make the choice. You choose. And it's like, if God wants you to be free, choose to be free. Make the choice. It's really up to you. God has set the platform. He's giving you the keys. He's telling you what you need to work on. He's telling you what you need to do. You have to make the choice to do it, the necessary choice to get your peace, to get your health, to continue on, to fulfill your dream, to get to the place that God wants you to be. This thing called choice has been a stronghold.
I'm trying to tell you.
This thing called choice is a stronghold because some people are afraid to make the choice, whether it's by love, fear, whatever it is. It's like they're afraid of losing something, or they're afraid, you know, to make the choice because they don't want to hurt something. You know, it's like, but you have to make a choice, not only for you, but for the people around you. Sometimes your no or your choice that you make help the people around you.
make their choice.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so we get
Absolutely.
ready to close out, y'all, and we did not mean to. We'll come back because we have some really good topics, and we did not mean to go this way. We did not need to, talk about, but that, you give a minister a mic and then and give them a punchline, they just take it off like a comedian. It's like, listen, you give me something, listen, I'm running with it.
Yes.
So that was just one of these things, but I like the fact that we're flexible. You know what I mean? So I hope y'all enjoyed this broadcast. I hope that we said something that bring just life to you and
Yes.
and breathe life into
Yes.
you and make you listen. Let Jesus take the wheel. Let God take the wheel. Whoever you want to call on, Jesus, God, but He is the Son and He is the Father. So either way, you good. You in good hands. So I don't know if you want to say anything in the closing, Mark, but we getting ready to close out.
Yes. So no, just really just want to continue to say self-care, close doors, continue to move forward, and make the choice for your future. All right. We love y'all. Thank y'all for joining again. Until next time, we Connections to Life, and we out.
Hello, my name is Michael, and I am the owner and creator of Lorybrook, an essential skincare company founded in love. Now, I say founded in love because my journey to skincare began as a labor of love for my daughters, Lauren and Brooklyn. When they were preschoolers, they had terrible dry skin, and nothing we gave them seemed to help, and it was the worst in these Michigan winters. So as an alternative to steroids, which is what was suggested by their doctor, I just started researching different oils and herbs, and what I found was amazing. There are so many indigenous and essential oils that contain healing and anti-inflammatory properties. They give your skin a healthy glow by keeping your skin's moisture levels balanced. Lorybrook products are made with all natural, essential, and indigenous oils. My body butters are more than just whipped shea butter. They are a combination of vitamin-rich ingredients that work together to heal, moisturize, and regenerate your skin. Lorybrook is great for all skin types. My body butters, soaps, and scrubs clean, exfoliate, and help to soothe and repair itchy, dry skin. And to all of my customers, my extended Lorybrook family, I just want to say thank you. The support that I've received since starting my company last year has been amazing. I'm so humbled that you would entrust my company with the daily skincare needs of you and your family. And for those of you who have yet to try Lorybrook, I invite you to come. Experience how good your skin can feel. Do you like to give the gift of love? Lorybrook has beautiful decorative gift boxes for everyone and every occasion. We offer every size to meet your needs in several pleasing scents. Try Lorybrook, a company founded in love.